Sagittarius. Today I'm going to be doing a reading for Sagittarius. Right out the gate, we had reverse Three of Cups. This can indicate a third party coming in. It could be gossiping, could be cheating. There's this third energy that was not very desirable by you. And then we have the Ten of Wands. This new energy that came in that was causing you discomfort, it led you to feel like really overwhelmed, and it felt like almost like a bit of a betrayal. You were confused about this third energy that had come in, um and you felt like you had like this intuitive voice in your head, like something isn't right or this isn't going to end up good for you, and this ended up causing you to withdraw. We have the Hermit energy. This is also Virgo energy. It wasn't a reversal, so this is you withdrawing and becoming quite guarded, especially because below that we have the Three of Swords. This can represent healing, but because it's on top of this Hermit, it's an energy of being really guarded. And this first row is going to be more of your past energy. So this is something that's likely already happened, where it's happening right now, very recently. This third person is coming in and it's disrupting your peace a little, and it's causing you to not trust your current relationship or situation. If it's at work, it could be at work, or it could just be a family member, or maybe your sister's boyfriend. There's a lot of different ways. However it's resonating, take it and leave the rest. But this new energy came in, felt overwhelming, caused you to withdraw and kind of take a step back to reserve your peace. And when you took that step back and started kind of isolating yourself from this situation or this relationship, you started getting this Queen of Wands energy, which is this new confidence. uh Sagittarius, you did well by listening to your gut and taking a step back, because you received this Queen of Wands confidence energy, where you started to see the situation a lot more clearly. You weren't very reactive, and that's why through that Queen of Wands energy, we have the Empress, which is a major arcana card, about stability. It can also be a good foundation. It's also, especially with that top pull, it's also really about protecting your peace. And that falls underneath that Three of Cups also. So this third energy, you really protected your peace. You took a step back. You decided what was best for you, and you did it with a lot of confidence. Or you are starting to move into that energy where you're starting to feel, that was the right move for me. I protected my peace by doing so. And then we have this Ten of Wands and this Eight of Swords. So remember when I was saying you were feeling overwhelmed, like this situation was too much for you? Well, now we have the Eight of Swords, and it's in a reversal. So you really protected yourself from feeling trapped or caged in by this situation or this person, which really, like I said, is you reclaiming your peace here with this Empress and this Eight of Swords. Then we had that healing energy here with the Three of Swords. This Three of Pentacles still represents there's a lot of disconnection. This situation or this relationship is not going to be easily mended. It's not going to be like an overnight fix. There's still a lot of disconnection here. But this isn't coming from you, Sagittarius. So if you had any doubts or questions in your head, which I don't think you do because you do have this Queen of Wands energy, this disconnection with this third person or this person coming in that you don't, that's kind of rubbing you the wrong way, it's not on your end. You're not the problem, is what I'm trying to say. We have this Knight of Swords that came on top of the Empress, which can really represent a very reactive energy. It can represent someone who's really pushy. They could be manipulative. So now that we're moving towards, more of a future tense, this person's going to try to bully you into getting their way. That's why we also had that Three of Pentacles, this lack of, what's a good word? of collaboration, this disconnect here, but they're going to keep being pushy. But I really see you still standing your ground and protecting your peace. And that has been kind of hard for you to do at this time because there is going to be this Nine of Cups in a reversal. I suspect that you're having some sort of financial troubles. So it would make it easy for you to become reactive and to want to cause problems because of this third person. And then we have this Five of Swords energy and this Ten of Swords energy. Five of Swords energy is about really winning a fight, but there's some sort of regret here. We're going to come back and clarify these. Have the High Priestess, Page of Swords, High Priestess, Page of Swords. And this High Priestess did come here in a reversal. And the Seven of Wands and the Ace of Swords. Now this is moving into the future. This again is this kind of arguing. There's someone here who is trying to take advantage of you. They're pretty spiteful. They're going to be becoming really pushy. There's going to be some arguments that come out of this. And the warning here in these last four cards is really about being careful because there is going to be some sort of truth that's revealed to you. You're going to find out exactly why this person was a problem and why you had that first, intuition gut response about them. But the how you're going to find out is going to be through like half truths. It's not going to be clear information. We have that with the Ace of Swords and the Seven of Wands. Things are not going to be like clear and honest and direct. You're going to have to really put together the pieces here. It's going to be like a puzzle. We have the Lovers here. This is Gemini energy. Seven of Cups is, so then after you're getting those, I do see you putting this puzzle together here, because with the Seven of Cups, especially in a reversal, it is really like you seeing through the illusions that this third party is causing and seeing the real connection that you truly have with whoever's bringing in this third party. There is a real connection there. Five of Pentacles is regaining that support, and then we have the Eight of Cups here, which is you walking away from this third party influence. And I suspect for some of you, it could be a third person coming in telling you some lies and trying to disrupt your peace. I don't see you allowing that to happen. You're eventually going to get down to the bottom of what that was really about. But that's going to lead to this Phoenix card, which is about rekindling. It's a changed mind. So if you're in this situation right now where you have this person coming in who's trying to disrupt your peace, they're trying to give you misinformation, they're trying to cause disconnect between you and your partner, they're trying to cause disconnect between you and your family member or your coworker, whoever this third person is that's coming in, they do have malicious intent. But I see you really protecting your peace, standing your ground. You allowed it to overwhelm you at first, but you were eventually able to remain outside of this cage, because this Eight of Swords, it represents a lot of thoughts, and it's almost like you caging yourself in with overthinking. But we have it in a reversal here, so I see you really avoiding that. Moving on forward, this person is going to keep trying to take advantage of you. And I suspect there is a rocky foundation, or there's some sort of financial troubles that are playing a part in this as well. That's going to make it a little bit harder for you to remain in that Empress energy of protecting your peace. It is going to feel a little bit challenging at times. But if you really just stand your ground and continue listening to that intuition, avoiding all this conflict, really the Empress, and I keep coming back to her because this is a really important card for this read, because this is you, Sagittarius. This is you in midst of all this chaos, these gossipers, these people spreading lies and misinformation. This is you kind of listening to your intuition despite all that chaos and all those things that you can't control, and taking what you can control and putting together like a detective of lies, reading between the lines of all that's going on and all that's being told to you, and really seeing the truth and finding the connection with the person that you are supposed to have the connection with, which will lead to further trust, deeper trust, and a rekindling. And you'll be able to see through the illusions that this third party is bringing. This Five of Pentacles energy in a reversal shows you grabbing onto that support and really leaning on it. If you notice in this picture, it's a church that's in the background. These people are out here in the cold, freezing, but they could go to this church and get help. And because it's in a reversal, that is you taking that support. You're not going to remain outside. You're not going to remain lost in these illusions. You're going to really be guided by this Eight of Cups intuition, walking away from the BS and this Phoenix new phase transformation changed mind. I hope there was something in here that resonated with you. I hope you were able to get some advice. Stay in that Empress energy. You got this.